Okay, 9.1, interpreting quartiles and interquartile range. So basically what that means, you guys kind of already know this stuff. If I were to say you were in the 75th percentile of people who could, I don't know, give me something that you'd want to be good at. Anything. Anything you'd want to be good at.
I'm good at everything.
What?
I said I'm good at everything.
Okay, we'll wait as long as it takes. What's something that you would want to be good at? Reading. Okay, let's say you're in the 75th percentile of reading. What does that mean? Yeah?
You're better than 75%.
Yeah, you're better than 75% of people, or you're worse than 25 percentile. You're right in that 75th percentile. So, interquartiles, you can read into that. Quart means quarter. You guys see that from quarters. 4 quarts makes up a gallon. So all interquartiles are is it's like, hey, look at the data. We're looking at statistics this chapter. Look at the data and find out, split all the data up into quarters. So on 182, it says, consider the heights of the players in the 2 football teams. So it's got the height of team A, so it's got, adds them all up, divides it by 5. It's got an average of 76 inches. On team B, the same thing. Add them all up, divided by 5, average of 76 inches. Okay, that doesn't really tell us a whole lot, right? We got 76 inches for both of them. They're both, on average, the teams are the same height, right? Well, no. What do we see about the numbers when we actually look at them? Team A, 73, 75, 76, 78, 78. Team B, 76, 70, 82, 77, 75. What's the big difference there? What is the big difference between teams A and team B? Yeah?
Team B would have more variation.
Yeah, team B has more variation, and that's where it comes into play what we're doing. Which one has more variation over the whole thing? Because if I say, hey, the average United States citizen makes, let's say, $80,000, you'd be like, what, $80,000 a year? That's a lot, right? Well, that's taking into account who's going to make a lot. What? NFL players, celebrities, people like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, who are worth an insane amount of money and are pulling in so much money every year. So, telling us the average height is actually not as not quite as helpful. What we'd actually want to know is what? What's the name for that middle number? You guys remember?
Mean.
What?
The mean.
Nope. Average and mean are the same thing. We always said
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
blank, and mode. Mode is most often.
Median.
Median. Yep. So what is that middle number? Looking at what the middle person in the United States, so the people who are right in the 50th percentile, that tells you a lot more than what the average American makes. Because maybe people who really don't make a whole lot bring the average way down. What it actually would be though is that the people on the way top, that 1th percentile, even that.
Sorry to interrupt. Rita, you here for a dentist appointment pickup? Your mom's here to pick up for dentist?
Being that top 1%, even in being that top 0.1%, is going to drag the average way up because they make so much money. So the median matters way more. If you have to pick one number, median or mean, you almost always want to choose median. Median tells you way more about the information of something than the mean. If I were to ask, say the average grade in this classroom for a test, the median grade is going to tell me a lot more than the mean grade. Now, sometimes they might end up being really similar, but median is a lot harder to throw off numbers for. Mean, all it takes is one number that's way different, whether way high or way low. You guys know what that's called? A number that's way off from the other ones? I'll give you a clue. It's on the outside of all the other numbers. Outlier, an outlier number. So, for Team B, the heights are 76, 70, 82, 77, 75. 82 is an outlier because it's going to drag the average way up. 70 you might consider an outlier. It's going to drag the average way down. So outliers is a weird number. Outliers. Outliers are numbers high or low, and they are going to drag average up slash down. 183 then basically says understand range. Range is very simple. Biggest value minus smallest value. So if we're talking about, let's say we are talking about what reading percentile you're in. If we were to say, hey, the highest person in this class is at 99th percentile, and the lowest person in this class is at 30th percentile. Okay, 99 minus 30, that means there's a 69% gap between the person with the highest reading percentage and the person with the lowest. If I were to say what the age in this class is, I think the oldest person is 14. Who?
Haley, 15.
Oh, okay. So, in our classroom, so she's 15, and I believe you're 12. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So 3 years is the range, largest to smallest. If you're going to include my age, that would throw everything way off of whack. We could do your heights. Who's the tallest person in the room? Who's the shortest person in the room? That's all those things are going to give us the range. Basically says, hey, here's the full range of everything. Bottom page 183 says find the range of each set of data. 68, 73, this is the history test scores. 68, 73, 6, 64, 70, 86, 54, 66, 89, 82, and 60. What's the highest data value in there? Bottom page 183, what's the highest data value? You can't figure it out if you're not looking at the bottom of the page. What's the highest data value? 89 and the lowest? Nope, there's one lower than 60. 54. 89 minus 54 gives you 35. So it says, hey, the range is 35. Flip over to the next page, 184. It shows the monthly temperature, average temperature in New York. We're just going to do that one together. It says find the range. What's the hottest? What's the hottest month usually? July. Okay, well let's look at it. Is July the hottest month in New York? Look on June and August on the other side. Yep, July is the highest. And what's the coldest month?
December. Just guessing.
January. February is actually colder than December usually. Yeah, so you got the high of July, 76.8 minus 31.5 gives you 45.3 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure you stick that label on there. And then bottom of page 184, it says understand quartiles. So for quartiles, can I have one of you read off for me? Consider the data values. 184, it starts off with 23, 28, 16. 46?
Yeah. 55, 38, 37,
37?
44, and 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay, so quartiles, you can probably guess where this is going. I find the smallest number here. What's the smallest one? Just say
11.
11. So I crossed it off, right, 11. When you do this on the assignment, you don't have to copy all these down. However, what's probably going to happen if you don't actually write them down and then cross them off as you use them? You're going to mess up. You're going to forget one of them. It happens very, very, very frequently. So write them down. Do not write in your book don't write in your book and cross it out in there. Write them down, just like this, and then copy them down. Otherwise, you might forget one of them. 11. What's next? There's a 6. Oh yeah, there is a 16. Okay, next.
17.
Hey, you two can participate too. Doesn't need to be one person only. What's the next one? Next lowest number? What? Okay, I can't hear you. You're gonna have to be louder than that.
28.
Is it 28 or 27? There is no 27.
There's a 20.
What?
Never mind.
That's 37. Bad handwriting on me. Okay, 28. Next. 37? Nope. 30. And now when I'm done with the whole row, I like to cross it out so I know I'm done with that row. 44? 46? Okay, so I have 1, 2. Do I get all of them? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total. So breaking them all into quarters, that would mean every what would be a quarter? 12 divided by 4 is 3. So after every 3 numbers, I have a quartile. This would be the 25th percentile, this would be the 50th percentile, and this is the 75th percentile. What do I do here? Pick 17 or 21? If I had one number that split it exactly, it would be easy, right? But it doesn't. What do I pick, 17 or 21? What do you think? Come on, it's not that hard. Take a guess. What do? Pick 17 or 21? Do I pick both?
Why do you need to pick one?
What?
Why do you need to pick one?
Because we're trying to show what's the middle. So if I said, hey, what's the 25th percentile? So,
Number between 17 and 21.
what?
Would it be a number in between 17
Yeah,
and 21?
what's halfway between 17 and 21? How do we figure that out?
19.
It's 19, but in general, how do you figure that out?
Not 17 plus 21 divided by 2.
Yeah, you would find the average. So I find the average of these. I'd find the average of 28 and 30. I'd find the average of 38 and 44. 17 and 20, 17 and 21, add together 38, 19 is halfway in between there. 28 and 30, well that's pretty easy. 29 is halfway in between there. 38 and 44, what's halfway? I think 8 and 14. If I did 8 and 14 together, that's 22. 22 divided by 2 is 11, so that's 41. So I would say Q1 is 19, Q2 is 29, Q3 is 41. So we're going to hold on to these numbers here for a second. So if you think about it in terms of quarters, halfway in between. So this is the median of the lower half is called the first quartile. So this is Q1, or at 25%. Q2, or 50%. And Q3, or 75%. This is also called the lower quartile. This is called the upper quartile. And that kind of gives you all the information you need on that. Let's go to page 186. This is the last section. Anyone still need this for writing down? Okay. Find the quartiles of each set of data. So it says the data below shows body weights in pounds recorded at a health screening of a group of people. The first, second, and third quartiles of body weights. So we notice we've got 100, 155, 126, so on and so forth. They list them all out. You can see they put them in order there. We're not going to take the time to do all that, but they put them in order. The first thing they did was not cut them into quarters. They cut them into what first? Page 186, the top part. They didn't cut it into quarter. They put them in order. They didn't cut them into quarters. They cut them into half. They cut it in half. And they can clearly see, hey, this number is up there, this number is over there, and it says quartile 2 is the halfway point between the 9th and the 10th data values, is the median of the data, and then it says quartile 1, and then they found the median of that, quartile 3, they found the median of that, and so on and so forth. You guys can do guided practice number 2 and then start in your sentence.